All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to tonight's call, coming to you live from Northern California as we talk about partner-driven real estate and how we help folks from all walks of life, whether you're brand new, never done a deal, or you've done some deals in the past and looking to level up and scale. I'm very excited to not only talk now as we approach the second quarter of the year. I can't believe we're already into April. Anyhow, as we get started, turn on your cameras. Love to get a chance to interact with you guys. We do our best to keep these small so we can interact with everyone as if we were all in the same room. Having said that, please turn on your cameras so we can make it feel that way. And in the chat, let me know where you coming in from. Love to know what city, what state you're in, and whom we're talking to all across the country here. There goes the chat there, Chelsea. Appreciate that, helping us out in the back end as always. Thank you, Chelsea, for always being here. And Chelsea, you're coming from Orlando, right? You're in Miami now. Okay, got it. I didn't know that. Dako, you're back. Charlotte, glad you're here. Got the name right. See that? Um, Aval from Nebraska. Welcome, welcome. Who else we got here? And thank you for turning on your camera, everyone here. We have Harold from Wisconsin. Hey, folks, tonight I have our founder, Peter Vekselman, here tonight. Talk about hearing directly from the, I hate to use this term, but from the horse's mouth, but great way to hear directly from him, kind of why this all started, where we're at today, and why we're so excited. If I'm not mistaken, before April even began, we had, my goodness, 6 to 8 closings already slotted for this month. So excited to share that with all of you here today. We're an open book. Tonight's going to be an open forum. We'll have Pete here talk for a little bit, give you some background, some history about who we are, how we do things, but more importantly, how we can help you. Hey, Pete, thank you for joining us here tonight. We got a lot of folks here all across the country. Terrence from Chicago, Steve from Dayton. We have AV from Arkansas, literally across the country, Pete. So thanks for joining us here tonight.
Doing
Hey, Pete, I think I'm not getting your audio here.
hearing me?
A little better now. Try again.
Okay.
There you are.
Can
There you
you?
are. There you are.
Oh, that was weird. Okay, let me know. I got literally a brand new laptop. So what can you expect from something brand new? Even if it works, you could expect bugs. So, all right, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if it goes out. Um, but only thing I ask, guys, if you don't mind, like Roland said, turn on your cameras. I promise you, I won't make this long. I'll be as much to the point as I can be. And we're going to be talking about real estate deals. We're going to be talking about partnering tonight, and we're going to be talking about potentially partnering together. I mean, really, that's why I get on these calls a couple times a month. Bottom line is I am personally on the hunt for people to do deals with. Sometimes people, in my position, being in real estate, being a real estate investor, done thousands of real estate deals. If you were to ask a typical real estate investor, what's the one thing you're looking for? And there's some sideline things. People are looking for capital. People are looking for maybe rehab teams and all that. The good thing is here at Partner Driven, we have all that in place. All of that is in place. So what I do is I'm always on a lookout for my next kind of killer partners. I mean, really, is that what it comes down to? I'm looking for people that are looking to level up in life. I'm looking for people that want to do real estate deals, and basically that's what we do here. We partner with them. I've been doing this I've been investing in real estate for even longer than I've been partnering. To give you a little background on how we got to this stage, but I have been personally flipping and investing in real estate for over 2 decades now. I've done thousands and thousands of real estate transactions, and I've done them myself. Then many years ago, I started trying to figure out how can I do more than I was doing. And my initial home base was, and it still is to this day, Atlanta, Georgia. This is my hub. And my very first expansion beyond Atlanta, I got to the point where we were doing about one deal a day. I was closing about one or two deals a day in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was trying to figure out, like, how do I get beyond just Atlanta, Georgia, right? How do I get beyond that? And so my very first venture outside of Atlanta was into Jacksonville, Florida, and went in there many years ago now. And over the first 3 years, we did about 400 deals there and just absolutely crushed it. And, started figuring out this this doing deals beyond your own border. Like, if you have anything to do with real estate, or if you have any knowledge in real estate, you know that the first thing people tell you is don't ever leave your territory, which is like your home turf. Don't ever go beyond where you live. Do deals where you could see them, feel them, touch them, react quick, make decisions quick. And by the way, to this day, I still have the same philosophy for other people, right? When they ask me, like, would you recommend expanding? Real estate is a very difficult business to expand for a lot of reasons, a lot of reasons. Out of sight, out of mind, out of touch, out of supervision. All of those things go together. But that very first expansion into Jacksonville got me fine tuning things, got me understanding how to expand, basically got me to the point where I felt confident. And from that point, and again, this is about, gosh, we're going 12 or so years ago, 12, 13 years ago. And so out of Jacksonville, I started to strategically at that point continue my, I guess you would say, experimentation with expansion. And so I slowly made my way to 17 other offices or locations across the United States. So I was based out of Atlanta. I was all the way into Jacksonville, Florida, and all the way to the west coast of California. Was doing and spent another couple of years doing that, and really, really mastered that one art that, like I said, almost everybody will tell you not to do, that I even preach today. This is the one thing you don't want to do in real estate, and that is the art of how to expand and how to do deals beyond your own marketplace. And then right around, well, it wasn't right around, it was at market 17, I started thinking, well, how do we get beyond? How do we get beyond 17 markets? And that was initially where this whole thing of partnering with people just like you all was initially conceived. It was born. It was really born from a perception of, I wanted to do more deals. I wanted to figure out, how do I master the whole United States? And so one day, basically, that's exactly what we did. We opened up the whole United States for business. And initially, it was just a very special kind of messaging through social media we would put out. And it would just say something like, hey, if you got a deal anywhere in the United States and you need help, if you need capital, let me know, and we'll partner with you. And that's exactly what happened over the first couple years. And the first couple years, it really started and stopped at the money piece, meaning we would put up 100% of the money for people that would call us across the United States, and we would do deals with them, and it took off like firecrackers. I mean, to the point where Hollywood even called one day and said, "Listen, this is a pretty cool idea. Real life guru doing real deals with people across the United States, putting the capital up. We want to do a whole reality show on this." By the way, the only comment I have about a reality show, there's nothing real about a reality show. I could tell you that from personal experience. But what started happening is that we started realizing very quickly on in that model that we needed to start fine tuning it. And not just fine tuning it, but really adding more onto it, adding more pieces. Like, for instance, I realized within that first year of partnering with people across the United States, just giving money to people was not enough, right? And let's face it, everybody here knows people that have had plenty of money or access to money who never became anything in real estate. As a matter of fact, some of us know people that had money themselves and had access to money themselves that not only did not become successful, but managed to lose it all. Like if you ever want to lose money in real estate, get into real estate. If you ever want to lose money, if you ever want to make a small fortune, start with a big fortune, get into real estate investing by yourself, and you watch that big fortune and turn into small fortune. So money was not the only answer to partnering with people and doing deals with people. We realized very quickly that our local people who became our partners um, needed more help. So we slowly, over that time, over that trajectory, those initial couple years, we started adding more pieces to the pie. For instance, obviously the very first piece is we would put up 100% of all the money. The very next piece was the obvious piece because a lot of people back then that brought us deals, they would bring us one deal because they actually stumbled on that deal. They found it by accident. They might have inherited it. Uh, they might have been sitting in a rental for a long time and now they wanted to flip it. They might have literally just by accident come across a deal. So the very first need was the need to train and support and coach our partners because a lot of them after doing just one deal with us are like, how do we do more? It was cool that we did, and we'd say, well, go bring us another deal, and they're like, well, we don't know how to find deals. This was just kind of a luck of the draw. And so the very first piece we introduced to our partnering model is that tremendous training and support. Because real estate is not a business, and you all know this. It's not a business that you want to learn as you go. It's not a business that you shoot off the hip. It's not a business where you go to YouTube and watch some videos. It's not a business you go to those weekend guru seminars even, right? And I'm sure some of you guys know the ones I'm talking about. Um, but real estate is really a business. All of that, by the way, is great general knowledge. You can learn a lot of great general things from all of those things. But the reality is, in order to be successful in real estate, you need specific knowledge to the specific deal. Because I can tell you, as somebody that's done already thousands of real estate deals, there's one thing every single real estate deal has in common. That is this: it has nothing in common with any other deal I've ever done. So every deal is unique, every deal is specific. So if you're going to be successful, you need training and knowledge and support specifically on the deal you're doing. And that's what we did. When we set up our training and support and coaching part of our partnership model, we coach and train and support our partners literally on a per deal basis, meaning we give them instructions specifically. As soon as they get any kind of traction on any kind of deal, we give them specific instruction on that deal, what to do next. By the way, make no mistake about it, that is a critical component. So then we had the money piece for our partners and we added training and support. And then we just started to continue to add more and more pieces on. So the next piece we added on there is we knew, even though it was our partner's responsibility and still remains, but we knew we needed to help our partners with marketing, right? Lead generation, how to put deals together. And that's what we did. We identified the four most workable and the four most profitable marketing strategies that exist to this day, by the way. There's only really four strategies right now in real estate investing that work in terms of finding deals. And so when our partners start with us, we get them aligned with these marketing techniques and strategies, which at least one of them, if not two, include technology. In today's marketplace, you have to have access to some kind of technology. So then there was the money piece, there was the coaching and training and support piece, and then there was the marketing piece, very important. Then we started realizing, now that these partners are realizing what to do and how to do it, and they're starting to bring deals to us, how do we very quickly identify if it's a good deal or a bad deal? Because again, for those of you that ever done real estate, you know that you could literally work this business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and in the end, have absolutely nothing to show for it, right? So it is very important very quickly, especially in those initial stages of when you think you have something, to literally figure out if you do have something. So we put together our what we call our inspection due diligence system and package. So we're able to expedite as our partners bring in deals. Is this good or is this bad? Is it something you want to spend time on? Is this something you do not want to spend time on? And that became very, very important to us. And then we realized, okay, expediency. Once the deal's green lighted, we want to have expediency to closing it, and we want to make it as hands off as possible for our partners. And so we put together a national closing platform. So now we have the ability to close deals all over the United States, in every city, in every state, and every part of the country, and our partners don't have to worry about it. And I know a lot of people, when I explain that piece to them, they're like, "Well, that's the easy piece." It's not. Let me be very crystal clear about it. Closing real estate deals is not easy. They come with their own set of issues. They comes with their own set of challenges. It comes with its sets of what do I do next? And so we now have somebody that we have Miss Mary. Mary's been with us for 15 years, and she heads up our whole closing department. So now our partners don't have to worry about closing deals, chasing paperwork, coordinating buyers, coordinating sellers, figuring out when the title goes bad, figuring out when the sellers go bad. Guess what? You guys know that sometimes sellers even go bad in the middle of these transactions, or if the buyers go bad. So we have somebody spearheading all of that. So we had the money piece, the support training, knowledge, coaching piece, the marketing piece, the due diligence inspection piece. Then we put in the closing piece. And then there was this big hole we had for a couple years, and that was the construction piece, right? For those of you that ever have done real estate deals, you know that there's no easier way to lose money in real estate than at the point of construction, right? I mean, that's really the piece that crushed me when I got started in this business. And I would say that's probably a piece that crushes about 90% of the people in the space. And so we solved that piece also by having our own in-house construction team, construction company that's able to go anywhere across the United States and get your properties fixed. So when you're getting the deals for us, now I know some partners don't need help there. Some partners are already contractors. A lot of our partners actually already are contractors, have teams and crews. I get it, but still, majority don't. And so we have that piece licked also. And so the money piece, the training coaching piece, the due diligence inspection piece, the marketing piece, the closing of deals piece, the construction piece. And then what happens is we put these properties on the market, wherever you happen to find a deal. And then we sell them and we split the profits down the middle, 50-50. And that's the partner driven model. That was what was started many, many years ago. It took years to get it to the level that I just explained to you. And this is what it is now. So now, when people ask me about, kind of what are you most proud about in what you do? And I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt, and this has been taking place for quite a long time. The thing that I am by far, I don't know, it's probably not by far, but the number one thing I am proud of is we are doing more deals than we ever have, with more different partners than we ever have, in more locations than we ever have. And here's the real thing that's really cool about this whole thing: with newer and newer partners. meaning we have people starting with us now that literally within the first couple weeks start getting traction on deals. And I could tell you, for those of you that know anything about real estate or flipping properties or doing deals, to be able to start picking up traction, within under a month, that's almost unheard of. It's definitely unheard of if you're going to do it yourself. But I'm really proud about that. I'm really exciting about that. The way our model works and the reason that we're able to gain that, I think it's for a lot of reasons. One, our own internal experience. I mean, we've been doing this for an extremely long time. So we at Partner Driven ourselves, we're just getting better and better and better and better and stronger. Second reason I think all of that is taking place is simply what's taking place in a marketplace right now. Um, without dwelling too much into my personal interpretation of the market, I could tell you this is a great, great market to be in. We still have tremendous amount of motivation. And remember, it's equity and motivation. Those are the two things that create a good real estate deal. So we have tons and tons and tons of that. And we have an overall good feel about the economy that tremendously helps. We got the interest rates coming down, which helps us on the back end sales of things. So what's taking place in the marketplace is this perfect storm. And so it's our experience, it's this perfect storm that's taking place in the marketplace. It's also, believe it or not, our paperwork. We have put together some of the most incredible, I guess I shouldn't call it paperwork. I guess in real estate it's called contracts. But we have put together some very powerful contracts to arm our partners with. And these contracts, ladies and gentlemen, they literally give you an unfair advantage in a marketplace. Because what they allow us to do, people never look at contracts. People always look at contracts and real estate, especially, as a form of protection. Oh, this contract protects me. This contract, you know, makes sure I don't get in trouble or I don't get sued or I'm doing the right stuff. Our contract does all that, but that's not how I look at our paperwork and our contracts. Our contract literally gives our local partners an unfair an advantage in a marketplace. And how does it do it? Our contract allows us, which in turn is our partners, to do the type of techniques and strategies with deals that our partners are bringing to us that you can't do without this kind of contract. So our contract literally introduces new exit strategies into the mix. That's powerful. That's huge. So it's our experience, personal experience, that has the ability to do more than we've ever done. It's what's taking place in the marketplace, which is that perfect storm that I was talking about. And it's our contracts. And when you take the combination of all of those things, and I also will tell you guys, and this probably is not going to come out right. So I got to be careful how I say it. It's also the quality of the partner that we're working with now. Like for instance, when we got started, remember, it was a free for all. It was kind of like, hey, if you got a deal anywhere in the United States, we don't care who, what, when, where, how, give it to us. We'll put the money up, we'll flip it. And we realized we can't do that for a lot of reasons. Um, and so now we're able to attract a higher caliber individual into what we do that also tremendously increases the chances of success. um so let me hit on that for a second. Who is that individual? Like, who is that perfect partner? Number one, I will tell you this: you have to be coachable. You got to be coachable in what we're doing. We've been doing this for many, many years. We've done thousands of real estate deals. We know what we're doing. Like, we understand our lane, and we are probably better than anybody else in this space. I'll put us up against anybody. And so when you come to us, if you decide to work with us, you have to be coachable. Number two, you have to have time to do this. Remember, a lot of times in these type of scenarios, I guess you would call it the guru scenario. And I understand why people put me in that, although I'm not one of those. But in the guru scenario, many times they're judged by how many people they sign up, right? That's literally how they're judged. Because in their world, all they're doing is they're just herding people into their systems and processes, but it doesn't matter what comes out the other end. It really does not. If they could collect X amount of money from X amount of people and have those X amount of people show up at some kind of a training or a symposium or a seminar or something like that, to them, that's success. There's really no evaluation of success beyond that. Whereas with us, it's very different. We judge ourselves, really, I think the world judges us by our deal flow. And remember, all of our deal flow is with our partners. And so our success comes, or our level of how well we're doing comes from, well, how many deals are you doing? You know, how many closings are you doing? How many different partners? How many locations? You know, and so I'm very, very proud to say that more deals than ever before, more different partners than ever before, more locations than ever before, and also quicker with brand new partners than ever before. I will also tell you the other advantage that we give to our partners among it. Oh, by the way, I should probably spend a little time on what our partners to do, right? I've been telling you what it is we do, we do, we do, we do. But what we want our local partners to do with the time and effort they put into this is we want you to go out there to the local marketplace and help us find deals. I mean, most of you probably figured that out. That's the responsibility of the partner. It starts and stops there. It could be expanded beyond that if a partner wants to, but that is really the main responsibility is utilizing our training, systems, support, um, marketing, the apparatuses, all of that. We want you to utilize all that and help us find deals. Okay. And the other advantage that we have with our partners, that we give our partners while we're able to do more and more and more and more and more, is because we also open up the whole marketplace for our partners. Meaning, remember, it's all about stay local in real estate, stay local in real estate. You could see it, feel it, touch it. But when you're with us, we have infrastructure across the United States. So when somebody becomes a partner, you're no longer confound you're no longer bound by your location, by your city, by your boundaries, right? You have the ability to do this utilizing our infrastructure anywhere in the United States. So the reason our numbers are so high is because we've not only figured out how to open up the playing field for us here, we've learned how to figure out how to open up the playing field for our partners across the United States. And ladies and gentlemen, that is really what partner driven is. Um, I will tell you, there's a huge advantage whether you're a brand new investor, kind of a medium grade investor, or a high end investor, meaning savvy and experienced. There's a huge value in working with a partner, especially such as us. We literally do 95% of all the heavy lifting. So when you're brand new, we give you the ability to gain traction, right? Traction is very difficult to get in real estate, and momentum is very difficult to keep. So for the new people, what we are, right? For the new people, what we are is we give you traction, we give you the ability to create momentum, and we give you the ability to get results a lot quicker. And I've always talked about the ability to get results quicker. And what that is, especially in a space like real estate, it's confidence. It's really what it comes down to. You're not going to make $1 million doing this in the first month or two or three or four or whatever. If anyone's on here thinking that you're going to do that, you shouldn't even be on here. That's not the kind of partners we're looking for. So that's not going to happen. But what is going to happen with what we bring to the table is you're going to be able to see measurable results, right? You're going to be able to see measurable results, very, very quickly. And what that does is that gives you belief, it gives you credibility in the market that's taking place around you, and it gives you credibility that, hey, these guys are partner driven, know what they're doing, and it buys us more time, right? It's like it buys you more time because you see results, you see measurable results, you see traction, you see deals starting to take place, and all of that is very important. And so that's another reason. That is another reason why behind all of this, um, and um, um, that why we're such a powerful partner to have. I apologize, and let me do this. I have no idea what this is, but I think I know what it is. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to play this video that just got texted to me. Again, this is live. I might be misfiring, but I'm pretty sure I know what the video is because this is from a guy on here. Roland, can you see this?
It looks like me, but no. Yeah, I can see
No,
it. I
it's
can
not
see.
you. This guy's name is Max, and Max just flipped. Not just. We just got done doing another. He's one of our realtors for one of my partners, and let's listen to what Max. He just literally texted this to me.
Yeah, let's
Came in.
do it.
If you could see the timestamp at 6:30, and it's 6:31 right now. So it came in a minute ago. I didn't even listen to it myself, but we just flipped another deal with Max. Let's see what he's got to say.
What's up, guys? Max Brandon here with Remax Gunnersville, checking out on one of my listings here. Speaking of listings, Peter and Company, we just closed 6860 Moores Mill Road. It was a beautiful product that Preston put together, and we knew it was going to sell fast, and it did. Took a while to close, but sold quick, sold at a great price, so we're super, super happy about it. We just closed on another purchase, a deal I brought Preston through a friend of mine, and super, super hot deal. Can't wait to show you that one. We're going to get it fixed up and back on the market in the Gunnersville area, Lake Gunnersville area. And Friday, Dock Sandlin Road, we had a big, big flip, 2,900 square foot house. Cannot wait to get this one on the market. There's just not much like it on the market, and I think it's going to go pretty quick. So can't wait to show you that one. And market's heating up. Buyers are out and about. Approvals are rocking and rolling, and I'm very, very excited about spring and summer 2025.
Powerful. A lot to unwrap here. I almost have to play twice. But let me tell you what there is to unwrap in that. Number one, at the end, you heard Max talk about the marketplace, right? Hot market. You heard me talk about that. That's one of the four pillars why we're growing so quickly and why we're doing so many deals with partners. Number two, he brought up a name, Preston. Preston was actually, he's not the partner on this deal. Max is the realtor in this deal. Preston is the partner. We flipped about 5 deals. No, we flipped about 6 deals with Preston. He also brought up 2 other deals, Doc Sandlin and one other one. But we just sold this one. Okay, we just sold this one. And we got 2 more in the rehab mode, and there's one coming on the market. Okay. So this is what we do. This is the epitome. I mean, I could just end it right here. This is what we do here at Partner Driven. And this is a real estate agent that has nothing to do with us, but like we the reason this is an important video is we build out local teams for our local partners also. So this is something we're building out for our local partner Preston Moore. Past 5 deals now, and we're just rocking. But this is a definition of partner driven right there. This is exactly who we are and exactly what we do. Anyway, so what I want to do, I spent the first 30, 40 minutes telling you guys who we are and what we do. Oh, and by the way, you got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, if you're looking to get started with us and you feel like you kind of have you're prepared to start telling us what to do, we rather you not get started. Okay. And I'm saying this in all due respect. You got to be coachable. Number two, if the only reason you want to do this is so you could flip one property, I'd rather you not get started. Okay. I'm looking for guys like this, Preston, right? I'm looking for guys like who Max was talking about, who want to do multiple deals. It's okay to start with one, no problem there, just to gain confidence, test the waters, whatever. But really, what I'm looking for is individuals that want to do multiple deals. You got to have time. This is what I was talking about earlier. How we measure ourselves is not how many people we push through our system. We measure ourselves by how many deals the system kicks out. So you got to have time. This does not work by osmosis. And so in the beginning, I always tell people you should be able to put at least 3 to 5 hours a week into this. And the final thing is you have to have a reason to do this. If the only reason you want to do this is because you like looking at houses and you just love looking at these beautiful, gorgeous houses, and you just wish you were, you know, a decorator or something, that's no reason to become a real estate investor either. So, bottom line is this: you got to have a real burning desire of wanting to achieve something in life, something that you cannot currently get, something you cannot currently put your hands on, something that, is unattainable for you right now, because that reason becomes very, very important, because that's the first thing we line up with our partners is what is that thing, right? What is that thing? Um, 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 it would have to be something that is absolutely, you know, critical and important, and stuff like that. All right. So what I want to do, Roland, guys, I want to talk to some of you guys. Like, for those of you that are like seriously want to do this, come on up. No particular order. Raise your hand if you know how to do the Zoom. If you got some questions for me, tell me why you want to do this. To me, that's the most important piece, because we got everything else licked. Like, we got all the systems, all the processes, all the training, all support, all the capital. We got everything like, what's important for me to know is what's your big why? Why do you want to do this? What's important to you and all this? So, and I'm not big into even understanding how Zoom works, believe it or not, even after years of using this. So if you want to just share with me tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you want to do this, and why this is important to you. You can just take yourself off mute. Like I said, I'm not even sure how all this whole thing operates. All right, who wants to go first?
Hey, how you doing, man? Can you hear
Hey,
me?
hey, hey, Jeffrey, I'll catch you next. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Michael, let's go.
Okay, look, yeah, I'm looking at, I need something for my future. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of, I like what I've been hearing about you guys, and I like what you just got finished saying. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm willing to dedicate my life to this, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got a little baby company. You know what I'm saying? We renovate as well as remodel and stuff like that, right? But I'm trying to make sure I got a nice, decent nest egg put up, man, because I got kids and I got babies. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know you might find it kind of, funny, because, I'm 58, man, and I got some babies. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So,
Michael.
what's
Michael,
that? What?
I'm your age. I got a 26-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 24-year-old,
Yeah.
a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Okay,
So
so
that's right. I'm not laughing to laugh. I can relate. I am you, brother. I am you. I can relate.
I thought I was the only one that was still letting them slip through the floodgates. Okay.
I used to make fun of people like you and I. Now I am people like you and I.
Right.
But
But
you're
yeah, I really want a piece of this. I just went and checked on a contract that I was waiting to go through, and okay, I was doing some work. Well, getting ready to do some work for a woman. She's a dentist. Okay, and 2 times she been having problems. Like, it was 2 times she tried to get in contact with me. She always messes up. You know what I'm saying, with the number that I give her. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest part of the contract, well, I missed the framing and the carpentry part. So then she tells me she needs someone to come in and wire it and hang drywall and tape and mud, right? Well, I go today, you know what I'm saying, go pick up, some denture work, and she tell me she done gave the most valuable part of the job to somebody else. And I'm looking at her like, man, I said I needed that money. You know what I'm saying? I was looking towards that money because just throwing up drywall and taping mud, I mean, it's kind of cool about 5 grand, but I need more than that. You know what I'm saying? And I had already talked to somebody from your company and told them that's what I was waiting on. You see what I'm saying?
Let me just be crystal clear, Michael.
Yeah.
There, Roll, let's mute them out because it's some kind of volume. Oh, here we go. Michael, there is no perfect time to become successful. It just doesn't exist. If it existed, we'd all be doing it. Okay. There's always a time problem, a money problem, a kid problem, a husband problem, a wife problem, a life problem, a contractor problem, like you said. So that's the one piece that I always leave to the partners or partners to be. You got to figure it out because how bad you want it will also determine how successful you will become once you get here. Because I'm going to tell you something that some of you guys may not want to hear. It's not going to be easy when you become a partner. I've never said the word easy. I've never said the word anything that a lot of people think this is. You still gonna have to work hard. And so my whole thing is this: do it before you get here. Let me see you overcome some challenges. Let me see how tough you are, how resilient you are, how bad you want it. And then when you get here, it's kind of like, hey, welcome. Because, Michael, for every story you just said, well, you just said one, I could tell you a million reasons why I should have never been here myself. I used to live out of the back seat of my car. I understand what it means to be basically homeless. I understand how to have every single person around you take advantage of you. I understand how to be a miserable failure in life. I understand how to think you got something in your grasp and you don't. I get it, but I don't relate to it any longer. I just, you know what I mean? You figured out, you got the desire, you're a man, go do it. Go do it. All right, but I appreciate it getting up here. Jeffrey, I saw your hand.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's it going?
How are you, sir?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I feel like I was kind of bred for it. Ever since I was young, I've been walking properties with my father, didn't really know what I was doing, but thinking back on it, it's like it was leading up to just this transition in my life, going from the construction end of it to actually purchasing real estate and fixing it and flipping it, or even not, hiring someone to do it, because I know once the numbers start getting in volume, there will be no need to pull out the toolbox no more. But so with that being said, I've also done, since I was the age of 8, remodeling hotels and houses. And whenever we would move, we moved a lot, but we'd move from city to city and state to state, really. But we would remodel that house and sell it in the midst of the next one. We'd move in and we'd fix it and we'd sell it. So
Yep.
all this time, year after year, I've just been setting myself up for, having the vision to say, oh, this property is going to need, this, and this, and the cost of it's going to be this, and, being able to have an eye for it and understanding it. And it's like I've been a part of a thousand flips too, just on the wrong end, unfortunately, but I get it, and I get a lot of it. I don't get all the bookkeeping stuff, or the paperwork, as you say. And that's the best part, I think, about the partnership.
I like what you're saying. now it's time to just let's go chase some dreams together. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
guys, I love that the fact that the whole time you talked about your reason. And I tell people day in and day out, the most important thing is your reason. Why? And I love that that was the thread is you talked. Yeah, let's go do it. Where are you at? Where do you live, Jeff?
North of Boston.
Okay. Like it. I shouldn't even say that because people like think, oh, he lives in a great little area north of Boston. That's not what I meant. Um, Real estate, what I tell people all the time, real estate is not a market driven business at all. That's kind of how the gurus sell tickets, and that's how the talking heads on TV talk. But that's nothing to do with markets, like literally nothing. Um, you know, to prove that point to you guys, all you have to do is just wherever you're sitting right now, go half a mile from where you're sitting right now. It's already different, right?
Yeah.
So what real estate is though, Jeff, it's a pocket driven business. And so one of the things we help you do almost at the initial stages is identify pockets within where you live, where you actually want to do your deals. And believe it or not, this comes as a shock to a lot of people. I could, and then we'll show you how to do it too. But we could show you how to identify about 4 or 5 pockets where you live, where almost 75% of all the deals are. So and this is a piece I did not talk about, but it's worthy just to kind of spend a second on. Um, People say there's no shortcuts to success, and that's a total lie. There's plenty of shortcuts to success. And that's really another way to describe what we do here at Partner Driven. We give you shortcuts to like that. We know how to take a big market, Boston, north of Boston, how to break it up literally into 4 small, like not 4 quadrants, but small little areas and monopolize almost all the deals. And that's a huge shortcut. And that's what partner driven is all about across the board, showing
You
you how to
feel me? Well, I got another name too. It's called
um
CEO Sco. That's
I
a
like
different
it. I
motherfucker.
like it. All right, who wants to be next? Brett, I see your hand. Unmute yourself, bottom left-hand corner. There we go.
You hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. So I've spent my whole life in construction pretty much. My dad and my uncle were both master plumbers. My
Yeah.
uncle, he believed in getting the equipment to do the job. And so, he invested in equipment. My
Yep.
dad had 4 boys and we were the equipment. We were well established with that stick with the metal on the end of it,
I know
And
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, so and my brother and my dad would have got arrested these days, but he left us on jobs doing man's work. My older brother was 9 and I was 7. That's the way it was back then.
How you
So
got to do it, right?
yes, sir. And I was raised to be a workaholic, and they always taught us to work hard to get ahead. Well, I have discovered that it's better to work smart to get ahead. And I've owned 2 different businesses and did remodeling, construction, additions, and all that stuff. So I really feel like that this will be like a dream job for me. I'm ready to hand off the hard work. I can oversee all that, but for me, this is my retirement, and I'll probably do it till I'm dead. So
Sounds like the world you're in, you've helped a lot of people make a lot of money in this space,
yes, sir.
and you've done that successfully. Now it's bottom line is here's the summary. It's time to turn the tables, right? It's time to turn the tables, and it's time to help yourself and your family, and to prosper from, from the things that you have. So awesome. Look forward to working with you, and look forward to being a big part of your success story. Very looking forward to it. Make sure you connect. Roland, I can't believe you didn't bring this up. For those that want to connect today, that want to take that next step to start talking with us, communicating with us, what do they have to do?
Yeah, there should be a link in chat. Just click on the link, and myself or someone else here on the team will get a hold of you. If not tonight, tomorrow, to talk more.
I like it. I like it. All right, who's next, Roland?
Got a few here, Pete. I've got some folks physically raising their hands. I'm keeping an eye on you. I'll definitely get to you here ASAP. But we got Brian Taylor next.
How you doing, Brian?
Good. How you doing?
Very good.
Can you hear me? All right. All right.
Loud and clear.
So I got in touch with, I guess it was Sandy or a while ago. I've been actually paying attention for a good while, but not able to make the move into the whole, I guess, system. But in listening and watching and knowing my own background, I've been homeless. I've been a business owner. I'm now I've been married, divorced, had kids, lost kids, blah blah blah. I've had, you live the gambit. And in any case, it's now I'm at a point where for everything that I've lost, I've also been blessed to still have. I don't want for a whole lot outside of trying to give back. And one of the biggest things that I've been paying attention to or noticing is that for the way you guys do your business, it actually helps a lot of the people, whether they are in distress and trying to keep a home, or in distress and needing to move to a different area or just have a life change. From what I've noticed in the stories that I've seen and listened to, you guys are right on point with finding people to find people to help to accomplish that for those who are in need, or in that particular need, should I say. That is the biggest motivator for me at this moment in time, because for all that I see, where I look, I see more homeless, more people who are stressed. Some of them want to be there, some of them don't. Some of them are looking for an opportunity or help or whatever. And if we could, or I could, help in any way prior to a person becoming homeless, sleeping on the street, and having to go through that whole mental anguish, that's kind of where my mind is at right now. And like I said, I definitely think that you guys are the vehicle, the vessel to do so.
Brian, it's interesting. I tell people that in every single one of our transactions, bar none, by the way, on the other side, we solve someone's problem. On the other side of the model, of the other side of the equation, on the seller side, we always solve a problem. And so when you look at the big picture of our model, there's three winners. Winner number one is the seller. We solve a problem. They come to us. Winner number two is the local partner. And winner number three is us here. It's literally not a win, not a win-win, but a win-win-win model. So I appreciate you bringing that up, Brian. Very perceptive. Most people don't see that right away, by the way. But that's exactly right. So I hope we get to work together. I love the attitude. I love how you think things and stuff like that. So make sure you fill out the form below. I definitely want to connect with you, okay?
Definitely got it done.
I love it. I
Thanks,
love it.
Peter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AV. Bottom left hand. Bottom left hand of your screen. There's a mute button.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Thank
Got it.
you, Peter. It's very nice to finally meet you. We've been on a couple of these calls, but I don't think you've
Awesome.
been on them. Some other partners have been. My sisters and I are getting into the wholesale real estate. I'm studying to get my license. A little bit about me. I have been an artist for like the last 20 years. So you know, I'm no stranger to selling and working with people and understanding the bottom line and profit and all that. My sisters not so much, but so I'm the voice of us right now. And you have to excuse me. Today was my day off, so I have my hair kind of sticking up.
Good. You're
Um,
good.
we have been speaking with Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, so much about how your partnership works. And and you know, we're we are just kind of starting out, but not starting out in the in the sales, but more in the real estate business. But I have identified a few a few sellers that have multiple houses that they're trying to sell all at once. Um, and so I have done the breakdown and found the ARP for each house on an estimated average value for that area. Because it's a little bit hard because there's multiple houses in the deal. It's not commercial. It's retail. But these are at a wholesale price. They're not on contract. I'm going to be going tomorrow and trying to lock in the contract. But what would you say to me? How could I present that to you and your partners to possibly to sell them, right? Or get to have an investor pool that would be interested in this in these properties.
That's
And
easy.
okay,
That's easy, but you have to be part of us. You know.
sure,
So the best thing to do, it's AV, right?
yeah, Avy,
AV. The next step, make sure you fill out the form below.
okay.
Connects with someone, and we'll walk you through the process of what it takes to start doing that.
For the okay, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll walk you through the whole we'll have someone contact you and walk you through that process, how to actually start doing deals with us.
Okay, excellent. I think oh, okay. All
Oh,
right,
you said
thank
you're
you.
talking to Sandy, but fill out the form anyway. It'll automatically go to Sandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I love it. Let's go do those deals. If there's anything there to be had, and I had no idea, by the way, they could all be duds. But if there's anything to be had,
Well,
let's go chase them. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm gonna be chasing them tomorrow. I'm gonna go get it. Try to get at least this one on contract for sure. I think I have it though.
Make sure you fill out the form. Let's get going.
Yes, sir. Thank
I love it. I love it. Is it Lazo? Bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, so I was trying to change that to my name. That's my nickname when I was in soccer. But
Good enough.
yeah, so my name's Jose Rivera.
Jose.
Sorry. Appreciate you getting me on the call, man. But yes, sir, I've been kind of talking with you guys and getting laced up a little bit about myself, prior military.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. And I already started my real estate company. And I've just been doing it all on my own. I've kind of taken a longer route. I know there's probably other ways I'm not sure of, but I went with starting the company, getting it all legit, opening the accounts, and then start working on my business credit and my personal credit, because I figure if I get a line of credit, then I'll be able to supply my own gap, and then I could approach hard money lenders for the 75, 85, whatever ARV plus the 100% rehab. That was my approach. But then I came across you guys, and I really like what you're saying. I like what you touched on as far as being broke and going from one side of this of the spectrum to the other, and I've been on both sides. I've been broke and I've been good, so I know what it feels like to lose. You know what I mean? And we're not about to do that anymore. You know what I mean? That was already that we did that already. We already did that. So now it's time to go upwards, and so that's really where I'm at. I'm really focused on that. My actual job, I work at an oil refinery. So, you know, I have a stable income, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to do this business, and I like the fact that you provide all that other stuff. All I got to do is find the deals. And I consider myself really good at finding the true ARV, you know what I mean? Because there's inflated ones and there's different, you know, but if you're not taking into account for a lot of different data points to get that real ARV, and then I could just bring that deal back to you guys and we could chop that thing up, man, that'd be good. And then you're talking about, I like where you touched, I'm sorry, I like where you touched on, you're looking for somebody who wants to do multiple. I'm trying to do multiple deals. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love everything you're saying. By the way, Jose, right?
Yes, sir.
I love the gumption you had about, you know, trying to put some capital together and all that. Only downside to that, it's a very limiting way of doing it. I mean, you can't scale that model.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
And the crazy thing is, it's the money guys that are going to prevent you from scaling it, believe it or not.
I found out that trying to build your credit is not that easy.
Well,
line reports, and then you
credit is less than 0.5% of what you need. Trust me. That's bottom line is there's not enough time in life to try to figure out how to do things like this yourself. I promise you. But yeah, I'd love the opportunity to connect, and to do some stuff together. So, Jose, fill out the form below in chat. Hopefully, you've already done that. Let's have
I'm already in contact with Roland.
Okay, good. Roland's on here. So let's go chase some dreams together. Okay, let's go make it happen.
I hear you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it. I love the smile. Keep that smile on your face, my man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Lindsay, I see you. Let's see. How do we answer?
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
No, you're good. You're good. We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. I got a new laptop and a new phone this week, so I haven't set either one of them up.
I know what that feels like.
I want to do this because I have the experience in flipping properties, but I've done it for probably 11 years now for big corporations. So I want the money from doing it. I'm tired of working under somebody, putting in extra labor to do it. I have the connections. Right now I run my own antique business. So I kind of thrive on finding a bargain and turning it into money. That's kind of my thing that I do. And now I have all the time in the world because I own my own business and it's all online based. And I kind of am looking to make more money, basically.
Sounds like you have every reason in the world to do this. And by the way, it sounds like you got all the skill set in the world to do this also. Sounds like you're a hustler. You understand the concept of getting it low, selling it high. You're out there making things happen. You're not afraid of hard work. You're not afraid of putting time and effort in. It sounds like you are also coachable, because I think as you get over to these sideline things, you know, you're trying to figure out how to do them. I love it. Lindsay, make sure you fill out the form below.
All right, I did. Thank you.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. I don't see any more questions, but I will tell you this, guys. The timing, our experience, our paperwork, the market conditions, and you put it all together, and we literally are right now, ladies and gentlemen, at the perfect storm. And I will tell you, for those of you that are going to come on this journey with us, I want to be the first one to welcome you to the team, to welcome you aboard. I can't wait for you to meet the people behind me, because it'll blow your mind, the team that I've been able to assemble here, or that we've been able to assemble here over the last, over a decade. So I enjoyed it. I loved it. I'm glad we had a chance to chat. Remember, the next step is, Roland, if you could stay on for the next minute or so, maybe there's some more questions rolling in. Remember, I got 5 kids. I got to get rolling. But Roland will stay on for next minute or so. Keep that link live. So for you to take the next step with us, have a conversation, fill out the form and chat, and let's go chase some dreams. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
All right. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for being here.
You.
Everyone else, please click the link as Peter mentioned, and we'll be sure to get back to you. If not tonight, definitely by tomorrow. I appreciate all you being here. It is the second quarter of the year. 9 more months to go. Let's make it happen.